Hello, this is Steve Thoele, Principal Broker with Premier Property Group, and bringing you another weekly update on the McMinnville, Oregon real estate market. This update is going to cover the last 8 weeks of market activity ending this past Sunday, September 11th. So I'm going to share my screen with you now and go through the info with you as I always do. So this last week, as far as active listings go, we had 12 new listings come on the market last week in McMinnville. You can kind of see that's up a little bit from the prior week, but kind of within the range of where it's been over this past 8 weeks. Ended the week with 65 homes actively on the market. You can kind of see that's a slight high for the 8 week period here and up about 5 from the prior week. The median list price and days on market for the active listings, as far as the median list price, hasn't varied a whole lot. Had a low of 579, high of 622. This last week was kind of in the middle of that. It fell back to 594,000. And then days on market had been increasing, as you can kind of see here, but over the past 3 weeks, it's kind of moderated and come down as some of these newer listings have come on. It's brought this average down to currently it's 23 days of average market time for the active listings. Moving along to pending sales. So last week in McMinnville, I showed we had 5 homes go into pending status. And you can kind of see that, again, that's kind of within the range of where it's been over the past 8 weeks. Ended the week with 64 homes in total in a pending status, up a few from the prior week. But overall, kind of has come down from where it was beginning of the 8 week period here. Median price and days on market for the pendings, you can kind of see that that's been super steady now for about 6 weeks, right at 500,000, has not moved. And then the days on market has been increasing. You can kind of see we started at 4 and got up to 11 this last week. Kind of went back a day, back to 10 days of average market time for the homes that have gone pending and are in contract. And then lastly here, we'll take a look at sold listing activity. So as of the time I put the info together, I show that we only had 3 closings last week. 3 homes go from pending to sold. This might get adjusted up a listing or 2 as the week goes on, but right now that show that there was 3, which is a low for the 8 weeks. And if I look over the prior month or the last 4 weeks of activity, last reading I showed is we had 32 homes close in the last 4 weeks. And that's been coming down the past few weeks, as you can kind of see here, and getting kind of close to a low for the 8 week period. The sold price and days on market for the solds, you can kind of see that had a high of 494, and we're riding along at 450 for about a month here. And then the last week it popped back up to 491,000 was the median sold price of these 32 homes over the last 4 weeks. And days on market has been pretty steady over the past month at 4 to 5 days of average market time for the homes that have sold. So, those homes got into contract very quickly. And then finally, we'll look at the weeks of inventory and the sale price as a percent of the original list price. We kind of started off, with just over a month of inventory here, 8 weeks back, and then, market kind of started to change, and we, bumped up to 7, 8 weeks, and it's been kind of riding between, 6 and 8 weeks from there. This last week kind of came in at a high at just over 8 weeks of inventory. So, certainly up from kind of where we started, but, not a tremendous amount of inventory on a, historical basis. And then, look at the sale price as a percent of the list has been hanging right in there. We started off at, just over 100% of list price and dipped down to 98%. And it's been kind of climbing back here over the past month. This last week, I should say, came right in again at 100% of list price. So, homes that are selling, they are, prices are holding, right now, continues to hold, I should say, in McMinnville. So, very continues to be a competitive market for sure in McMinnville. So, with 8 weeks of inventory and things selling at full price, still certainly a seller's market, just, a more moderated seller's market is what we are currently experiencing. So I hope the weekly update has been helpful and informative for you. If so, always appreciate it. Any likes, comments, shares. If you're seeing this on YouTube, please be sure to subscribe to my channel. Click the subscribe button and allow you to follow along on a weekly basis and keep up to date on what's happening in your local real estate market. So if I can ever answer any questions or be of any help, please give me a shout at 503-680-2065. Happy to talk with you further, see if I could do anything to be of any help. And as always, I appreciate you watching and have a fantastic day and week.